Hello everyone, I am Vincenti from VincentiIL, and today we are playing Minecraft. It has been a very long time since I've played Minecraft. I want to say maybe 3 years ago, back in 2016. I think Minecraft was still in version 1.10 or 1.11 back then, so yeah, it has been quite a long time, but I have picked it up again in the last couple of days, and it has been on this server, Craftadia. The IP address is play.craftadia.com. It's a new public SMP that came out earlier this year. Basically, it is survival on a public SMP. It's a lot of fun. It's a very big community and very nice people. I just kind of wanted to show you around, show you what I've been doing, give you a quick tour of the server, show you my base, and kind of give you an idea of what I want to do for this series. So Craftadia is actually on Minecraft 1.13. When you join in, not everything will be available, but when you first join in, this is Spawn. Yeah, Spawn, there's a couple of different features around here. For myself, I usually just come here for the shop, and you can see here, this is the NPC shop, the in-game shop. So you can just buy things and sell things here, and I think that this is going to be how I'm going to try and make most of my money. You can see right here on the right hand side of the screen my dollars balance. It's the in-game sort of economic system, and here I'll show you over here. So in addition to all these NPC shops, there's the auction house where other players can put up whatever items they want for however much they want. And you can see there's lots of really good stuff here, but I mean, everything good is going to be a little bit more pricey. So I think elytras are hard to come by. Here we go, 750. I think they've actually closed the end in this server, so there's no way to get to the end. The only way that you can get the elytra is someone can get it in a loot box, or if someone else sells it in the auction house. But that being said, the way that I've been making my money so far is by basically mining iron and selling it, because it sells for pretty good once you get quite a bit of them. But yeah, so this is the NPC shop. And the other big thing that I've been using a lot from Spawn is the wilderness. So this is basically where you go in and you start building, you start playing Minecraft. And here you can see there are 3 different worlds. They're all identical, except you get different bases that you can build. There's also the resource world, which is a great place to go and collect resources, because that'll reset. You can't really set up a base there. So, but yeah, you jump in and it'll teleport you to a random location. I already have mine, so let me go to home. Here we go. So we're inside our starter house here. It's 3 stories, nothing too fancy. Up here I've just got some signs for what all the different useful warps are. And then here's the storage system on the 2nd floor. Going downstairs, there's not much here, just an anvil. Again, this is just our starter house, but outside we've got a pretty decent sized furnace system. Up here we've got our original starting farm. I'm not using it too much anymore, but it was good to get started. I was growing a lot of pumpkin, but now I have an automatic pumpkin farm and an automatic sugarcane farm. They're pretty small still. Let me show those to you. So right through the tunnel here. And here, just at the bottom of the hill, are my 2 farms. So here are my 2 farms. This one's the pumpkin farm, simple redstone setup here. Same thing with the sugarcane farm. Pretty straightforward stuff. And then the collection system is underneath all of this. I have a series of minecarts with hoppers. So I would like to, at some point, work on expanding these. Maybe do away with the minecart system. Maybe use water to collect everything. I'm not sure, still thinking about it, but I do want to expand the pumpkin farm down quite a bit. The other big goal that I'd like to do pretty soon is I'd like to work on a tree farm. I found that I've spent a lot of time, like, you know, cutting down trees and collecting resources, collecting wood. It's a little bit time consuming. I definitely spend the most time doing that as far as collecting resources go. So what I'd like to do is work on a tree farm. I think I want to have it relatively close to my other farm, but I will put it underground, I think. In this server, they spawn, I think, a radius of 4 chunks at a time, so it can't be too far away from my other farm. The other thing is I only have so many land claims that I can build on that'll be protected. So you'll notice that when I walk in and out of the border, okay, here are the chunks. So if I go just outside, you can see at the bottom, I'm leaving my land and then I'm entering it over here. So I've claimed this chunk as well as several of the surrounding chunks, and those will protect my builds from basically anything. So creepers have spawned and exploded. They haven't destroyed anything. Other players can't do anything unless I give them permission. That's pretty handy to have. With that in mind, I do want to build my tree farm as well within probably these two chunks, where the house is and the one I'm standing in. I think that would be a good size. So for the tree farm, let me make sure I have all the supplies that I need. The tree farm design that I'm going off of is pretty much Mumbo Jumbo's design. It seems pretty simple to build and pretty straightforward as far as the redstone components go. The other thing I'm thinking about is what type of blocks to use. You know what, diorite might be pretty nice, because I have all this diorite and I have all this granite. I don't know what I'm actually going to do with it. I also do need some half slabs, so maybe half slabs would be good with the... I'll do like stone brick for that, I think. I think that would be good. All right, after just a little bit of time, I've managed to collect everything that I think I'm going to need for this build. Mumbo Jumbo very handily provides a little shopping list for his tree farm. Basically, the only thing that I really had trouble with was getting sticky pistons. I ended up just buying the slime from the NPC shop because I haven't run into a single slime farm or anything like that anybody has. But everything else was pretty straightforward. It was a little expensive with the iron, but really not too bad. But let's go ahead and get digging. So where are we going to build this? I'm thinking see, I do want to be mindful of what chunks we're specifically building in, so I want it to be in this chunk and the adjacent chunk. So I think I'll build down underground a little bit, not just inside the mountain, but actually underground. Let's head down a little bit. I think we'll come to the bottom here. Let's see, the area that I need a height of 9, so that's not too bad, but I need a length of 20 and a width of 13. So that's based on my version of the build when I did it in a testing world. Let's go ahead and dig on through. Okay guys, so I ended up changing my mind. I was starting the dig just around this corner here at the bottom, but I decided I have an underground sort of access base here already, and I figured I would want to have everything connected. I've started the dig down on this side instead, and we're just gonna dig down until we hit the edge of our chunk. I have finally reached the edge of my claim going this direction. You can see when I pass here, that's the end of my land. And we've dug pretty far. Way up there somewhere is where my pumpkin farms are. Yeah, we're down to y equals 33, so pretty low. But now we need to dig out an area that's 9 high and 20 long. So I'll see you on the other side of that. Ah, stupid. Ah, silverfish. Ah, just annoying. And I didn't bring a sword, so they're a little bit more annoying to kill. And also I scare very easy, so... Where'd it go? Ah, stupid silverfish. I'm gonna go get my sword. I'll be right back. Okay, so I think I've actually miscounted here, because none of these bordering chunks, except for going backwards, are claimed by me. So if I go this way, it's not mine, and if I go this way, it's not mine. And I've used up all of my claims, so I can't claim anymore. I think what I'm gonna have to do is just use this chunk here as well. So I'll build up a little bit, and I'll go from there. So I guess we'll start from... Let's see, this is halfway through the first chunk, and that would be the second chunk. Okay, so I'll build from roughly... I'll build from the beginning of this chunk. So we'll make this one here. Make it start here, I guess. Okay, so I found the area of 2 chunks that I'm going to build in. You can see this is the stairs that I built, and that's how far down I went. But actually, right here is the end of one chunk, and then over here, I own this second chunk as well. So these two, so this is where it ends. So between this side and that side, I'm going to have a 2 chunk area. So that's 16 by 32 area to build. So I'm just going to leave a 1 block border and just go around the entire edge there. So one thing that's pretty cool about this server is that they give you special tool abilities with each tool. You can basically turn them into the ultimate pickaxe or the ultimate sword or what have you. As you continue to mine or to, chop wood or whatever, then yeah, it becomes exponentially better. So if I right click and then, I mean, how awesome is that? Mine is lasting quite a while because of, again, how much experience mining I've gained. But yeah, that is super helpful for clearing out. So there's a cooldown on it. It won't let me use it again for another few minutes, but yeah, that was supremely awesome. All right, finally, after what feels like days, I tell you, not actually, but it just feels so long, but we finally cleared out the space that we need to work with in order to start building this crazy little tree farm. So let's get started. I put all of my supplies in here. I think where I need to start is 5 away from this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we'll start with the sticky pistons, I believe. Okay, so this is what I have done so far. Let's just make sure it works. The idea is you stand on the pressure plate. Okay, so the dispenser's working. It'll dispense the bone meal. So the logs will get pushed to the side here. Yep. So these are supposed to be the leaf crushers. So the tree grows up along this log here, and then this piston system pushes it over. And so this piston will extend this block to occupy this space, which powers all of these pistons on the side. And yeah, that looks pretty good to me. All right. So now that that's done, next is let's see, this is the part where I need a piston system to push it along this direction, which I think I can do on my own without needing someone else's tutorial. Okay, so starting here, we'll make it 3 sets of pistons. We'll start pushing everything that direction. The logs will come along this direction. I'm gonna puzzle through this a little bit. When the set of logs pushes all the way across and they reach this point, so there'll be a line of them moving across, etc. Once they reach the end, then this circuit will complete and activate all of these pistons. Boom. All right, it's looking pretty good. So once they come across here, I want to push them into the center of the room and go from there. Now let me just see exactly how far the limit's going to be. Okay, there's a limit. Actually not super far, huh? All right, I am almost done. I have completed, so again, here's our main tree machine, and then here's our first set of pistons, and I just completed the second set of pistons. So once a row of 3 logs form, I guess 3 columns of logs will come this direction, they will turn into a 5x3 stack of logs. They'll come along this way, and then the last thing I want to do, so this is the last part that I'm working on, the logs will be pushed into the final column to extend this direction where they can be mined out. And everything seems to be working so far. This last bit is pretty much just an exact copy of the design for those two. Should be pretty easy. It's broken. Basically what happens is, I think because there are 3 columns pushing it this direction, and then another 3 columns pushing it this direction, these 2 columns keep going, if that makes sense, because there'll be logs in the way already when it tries to push. So I think what I need to do is keep that as a single column, just get rid of this third one altogether, this third piston set, make that one a single column, and then make this one the full 5 that I wanted to initially. I mean, the other option is to reduce that one back there, the first one, to just one single column, this one as a single column, and then this one can stay as it is, and I can maximize the area that I've dug out. I think that's what I'm going to end up doing, because I mean, this is the space that I made it for, so I don't know. I'll think about it, and you guys will see in a second. All right, I think we are finally done. Unfortunately, because of the bad setup that I initially had, I had to take down this entire third set of pistons that was right here. So that's no longer there. But I think I finally have a working system. We won't know until we actually try to plant some trees, and we'll come back and test it with some actual saplings. And so just to give a full idea of how this is going to run start to finish, I run over here, climb up these steps. I will only have to stock this every once in a while, but so I'm just going to fill this up with bone meal, and it'll travel down these hopper systems, and that way the dispenser will continuously be stocked with bone meal, and that bone meal will fertilize the saplings that I plant here. As soon as it grows, this entire system will push the logs. These crushers on the side will crush the leaves. The logs will be pushed continuously until they reach this piston, and then once it hits this set of pistons, they'll again be pushed continuously until they form a line here. the entire line will be pushed back, and then once they're in line, I'll be able to very easily mine those trees. I guess the other last thing I have to do is set up a hopper system under here, which will collect all of the saplings and apples that we'll collect from all the crushed leaves. Next time you see me, I'll have that in place and we'll be testing out. Great, I think we finally have a working tree farm. I've added in the hoppers down here to collect anything that falls in from these leaf crushings. You can see I did one here already. There we go, it's working. I'll be happy once it turns this corner. Oh, it's turning the corner, and then we've got one more. I want to fill up this row and just see how far it goes. So far, so good. All right, well, we're successfully getting our stack of logs to mine there. All right, the tree farm is finally done. The whole system's really cool with the pistons pushing everything into one massive block that you can mine out. And I built this staircase to go to the top of it so that when you're ready to mine everything out with this really cool axe, then it'll be a breeze. So let's do a quick demonstration of it. And I was having issues with it jamming, so I turned this redstone torch into a lever so I can just reset it. But let's give it a try. All right, it has been a couple of minutes and we have a tree, I don't know what to call this, stockpile, a log stockpile that went all the way from there to there. So that's quite a lot. And now it's just a simple matter of knocking it down. So yeah, much more efficient. I think it'll be a great way to sell items at the NPC shop, at least for now, until we can get some really good farms going. But this might even just be it for now. Ooh, one thing I'm curious about. So I mentioned a little bit earlier about how each of the tools has a special ability where you can right click first and then left click and hold, and it'll activate like a super special ability. For the axe, it's called Tree Fell or something like that, Tree Feller. When I was gathering regular trees earlier, it seemed to knock down the entire tree with one hit. So I'm gonna see if it works on this or not. No, it doesn't work. It only works on regular trees, I think. I mean, it is much faster, but yeah, it doesn't knock down the entire stack like I thought it would. All right, well, that's going to be it for today's video. Let me know what you guys think of the Craftadia server. I think it's pretty cool, but thanks for hanging out. Consider hitting that like button, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.